very close and very effectful certain programs. This might be one or two programs, might be not necessary programs. See, end of the day, we want people to get money in their pocket so that the government also moves. That's very important, especially for this Griha Lakshmi, which is going to happen from August 15th or 16th onwards. We are getting prepared for that also. I think Shakti and all will run. So initial little hassles are there. It will be sorted out.
Yesterday BJP also held a meeting that if you bring in changes in the textbooks, they're going to up the ante against the government.
Let them do. That's why they are sitting at 67. They keep doing it. They'll go to 37 or something like that. Because they have done a mistake. That's why they are sitting there. And we have committed in our manifesto very clearly that we are going to do revision of our textbook, isn't it? So that is the reason people have voted for us. And it's our duty to do this, and we have done it.
Sir, the BJP stated that a delegation will also be meeting you. Has any delegation from the BJP come forward to meet you?
Nothing. Few MLCs from all the parties also, they have requested in the interest of my department, just generally, not textbook, not about textbook at all. In general, they have come and requested, can we all meet together? I think it's a good idea because in the interest of my department, to take their suggestions or talk to them or something like that. Nothing pertaining to this.
Madhu sir, one last question. So last year there was a lot of political controversy around Tipu Sultan. So around this ruler, do we have any changes, sir?
That you will come to know. Don't worry. Nothing. There are certain changes. No, I can't go to technicality. You will get it just.
But is it there? Is there a chapter on Tipu?
Huh?
Is there a chapter on Tipu?
No, you will know that very soon. Don't worry. Okay? I can't get into that. It's all past. Don't worry. Okay.
So also, sir, yesterday or a couple of days ago, there was a school in Dakshina Kannada that has enacted a play on the demolition of Babri Masjid, where few people dressed up as
all these kind of issues. These kind of issues will be, taken into task, knowing if it is a disturbance which we'll have to attend on behalf of the peace and to maintain peace and harmony, and going out of the law. I think that will be taken into task, and we have given full freedom for the respective DCs or SPs or whoever it is, and in connection with my department to take necessary action, and we will take it.
Because it has happened inside educational institutions.
Wherever it has happened, I think we'll take it. We'll see to that law is upheld at every corner.
Thank you, sir.
So let me go across to Mr. Rakesh Sinha of the BJP, who will give us his reaction right now over these changes being made to the syllabus in Karnataka. Mr. Sinha, an ode or a dedication that was included by the previous government on Mr. Hedgewar, the founder of the RSS, will now be dropped from the Karnataka syllabus. Sir, what's your response?
This is annihilation of the history. Dr. Hedgewar had played the very vital role in the freedom movement. It was he who introduced the constructive program in 1920s, a letter of which was introduced by Mahatma Gandhi in non-cooperation movement, and he waged a war against untouchability. Such a person being removed from the history is an insult of the freedom fighters of the country. In fact, Congress believes in the history which glorify a particular individual. They don't believe in the history which glorify the grassroots freedom fighters. Dr. Hedgewar's trial in the Nagpur court is a very significant example how a freedom fighter from Nagpur, from a very poor family, fought against the British Empire in the court and exposed the British Empire on moral ground. Therefore, I consider that this decision is politically motivated. History textbook should never be written on the basis of the political interest and vested interest of some individuals. I condemn the Karnataka government, and I appeal to the people to protest against the action of the Karnataka government, which is biased, politically motivated, and finally it is the annihilation of India's history.
And Mr. Sinha, it's not just Mr. Hedgewar whose chapter has been removed or deleted from the revision of the syllabus in Karnataka. We're also being informed right now that another lesson on Mr. Vinayak Damodar Savarkar has also been erased.
Indian history is again being de-Indianized. the history which was initiated by the colonial historians and that endorsed by the Marxist historians, that history is again being introduced in the history textbook, which is not giving the reality of the freedom movement. While removing Savarkar, they never thought that it is Savarkar who has been impacting the generation to generation. As for Dr. Hedgewar is concerned, others people's shadow is decreasing after their death. Dr. Hedgewar's shadow is increasing day by day after his death. He died in 1940. Now Hedgewar is a worldwide name, a person who is an example of the fight against the imperialism on the ground of moral ground, on the territorial ground, on cultural ground. One more important thing which I want to inform the audience, millions of the audience of the Times Now. When he appeared in the court after the non-cooperation movement, there was a case of sedition. When he justified his action, the judge said that your defense is more seditious than your original.
Okay, Mr. Sinha, I just need to interrupt you right now because my colleague Deepak Bopanna also has the Education Minister, Mr. Bangarappa, with him. Yes, Deepak.
Disturbing for children's studies will be changed, and that is our commitment in our manifesto. So those things have been removed. I will not get into the details. Within, I think, less than a week or something, we want to get this supplementary printed. Send it to the...
So the biggest problem that the BJP has been having, that you're going to remove chapters on Hedgewar, on Savarkar. This is the concern.
Few of those things have been taken because certain things are disturbing for children. We feel that, and technical people have suggested that these things has to be removed. I'll not get into the details and all. But certain things have been removed in the interest of children. And
what are the inclusions? If you could give us a little bit of insight into the inclusions at least, because you...
Nehru is there, Savitribai Phule, and certain things which are supposed to be good for children will be put. I'll not get into details. It will come within a matter of, and this has been done for 6th and 10th standard for social studies and Kannada only.
And yesterday with the BJP saying that, and they held a meeting with multiple leaders, and they said that if you revise and make these changes, they're going to come out with an outright protest or plan the next course of action. What would you
see? BJP should understand one thing, because they have done all these things, whatever they have changed, without any proper consultancy, thinking that they can, give their ideology, that is wrong. That is the reason BJP has lost election. Congress, they have done. See, in our manifesto also we have said, that's what we said. In the interest of children, we are going to revise our chapters, whatever necessary. But this one is very least we have done, so that because textbooks have already gone, we don't want to put too much of pressure for children's also. And our technical team also has suggested this is what you will have to do, and we have done so much.
So last question, some of the academicians and educationists have said, if it is in the interest of the students, why not form a committee in consensus where the BJP can also, have a say in who the committee members would be, and Congress also can have a say, JDS also can have a say, because year after year these sort of revisions affect the lives of the students and the academics.
Usually this has never ever happened with such a depth, where so much of anger was there in public domain, political domain, and even parties also, number one. And number two, we can have them if their ideology is on national base and children's interest base. It doesn't look like, and they have been very vocal about it, and you know that. So I think if they are giving some kind of a suggestion which are good for children, I think that can be considered. Now, Honorable Chief Minister has clearly said, for next academic onwards, to avoid all these confusions, the way you teach children, what to teach children, when to teach, how to go about, how the syllabuses have to be there, how the exams should conduct. We are progressing. As we progress, we have to even change our way of teaching also. That will be addressed also. For that, he has given full green signal for us in the cabinet, and he has told Madhu form a very nice committee which is for studies, technical, everything, and I will start that, and I think less than a month I want to propose that and give them lot of space so that they will work in the interest of children. This has got nothing to do with any party or position or opposition or anything like that. I'm
So the
concerned.
former education minister, I remember, in rebuttal to some of the statements that came in through the last week, said that they had put it out in the public domain for people to choose what needs to be included and what not.
I
This is
don't
what
have-
he
I-
claimed.
I don't
and
have
he said
any-
even the chapter on Hedgewar
No, no,
he claimed
I don't-
was something that
No,
does
no.
not preach
No, no.
anything about the RSS, but only a small note that was written.
No. I don't think it was ever on public domain or consulted with any technical professional. And that's what also.
Right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. So, well, that was the Primary and Secondary Education Minister speaking to Times Now exclusively, telling us about the changes, of course, that the Congress is going to bring in. Of course, some inclusions are also going to be a part of this new textbook revision. It's a supplementary sorts that's going to happen, where it's going to, of course, be sent to the schools in the next 15 to 20 days is what they hope to do, and they're saying this could cost about 15 to 20 lakhs is what they're also saying. Meanwhile, of course, the latest update that's coming in, chapters on Mr. Hedgewar, Savarkar, all of this, of course, and even a lesson that was written by Mr. Chakrabarti Sulibale, a right-wing activist from Karnataka, all of this, of course, will not find a mention in the textbooks anymore. Instructions will be given to the teachers not to teach on these particular subjects. There are going to be some inclusions as well. Basically, whatever changes were made by the BJP are going to be removed. Some of the aspects that were removed by the BJP in the previous term while they were in power, of course, most of them, of course, are going to be added back.
There was a very interesting interview that